Hi, my name is Lifson. I'm working for PMO. Today, I would like to show you how to create or change document and where do you find the form for you to create a document. First, when you go to PMO team site, you can either click Fay Servicing subs on the tab or you can click Create Change Document button. Right after you click this one, it will take you to Fay Servicing subsites. It is like this one. So on the landing page, you will see the form called Document Creation Request. This one is for requester, team manager, department head, and PMO to add it and to finish that task. And also there's the other SharePoint list for team manager, department manager, and PMO to finish the task and complete the task. Right after SharePoint workflow, assign a task for them to do, which is this one. So a requester can either create a request directly on the landing page on the form, or they can go to document creation request on the left quick launch. For example, you click here. It will take you to document creation request list, and if you want to create a new item, you click new item. There are 4 sections on the form. The first one is called initial creation request. The second one is called to be completed by team manager. The third one is called to be completed by department manager or department head. And then the final one is called to be completed by PMO. For example, first, the section instruction for requester. Remember that today's date field has to be equal to today. And then the second one is so important. So if you are ready to send to team manager, after you fill in all of the fields, you select yes, ready to send to team manager. Then SharePoint workflow will assign a text for your team manager. But if you are not ready, you can select no. Then SharePoint workflow will not assign a text or send email to your team manager. Now, for example, document type. You can select process flow, policy, sub, or job ad. For example, policy. My department, like HR, today's date. If you don't know today's date, you can click the calendar icon. It will have you directly. It will show you today's date already. You click this one. And then in this field, you have to say what you are suggesting. How does it improve business? What is driving it? You can select one or more options right here. Ready to send to yet your team manager? Yes. What is my name? Now my team manager. If you don't know it, you can click the browse icon. It will take you to the window of Active Directory for you to find your team manager name. For example, type the first name, it will pop up the list of 3 people have the same first name but different last name. For example, my name. Then scroll down the screen, you press submit button. Right after you press this button, SharePoint Workflow will assign a text for the team manager. Then it will email team manager saying that team manager, you have a text. Right after you press the button, it will take you back to document creation request list, and you see that you just create a new one. That is for requester, how to create the form or request. Now this is instruction for team manager. For the team manager, right after you receive email, you can go to document creation request text list. Already SharePoint Workflow assign a text for you. And you will see that I just received the email from SharePoint Workflow. It is a document creation request for team manager has been assigned to me. So I go to the text list. Under related content, you see the link of the request. You click here. You will see the request from a requester. And then you click edit item icon on the ribbon. Scroll down the screen. You find your section. 4 things I would like to let you know. The ID field and the title field are automatically set up. They are read-only field. You don't have to do anything right here. For the date of review, you have to fill in the date. It must be equal to today. If you don't know it, you can click the calendar icon. It will pop up today's date for you. After you fill in all the fields right here on your section, and you are ready, and then you finish that, and then you're ready to let your department head or department manager to know about that. So you have to click finish under request status field, and then type your department head first name and last name. For example, in this case, I'm going to select Mr. Jack, then click check. Texting. After you finish, you scroll down the screen, you click submit button, then close. After you close, it will bring you back to document creation request list. Then you go to document creation request tags. Then you have to mark your task as completed. Under the title column, look for your task and click here, complete task. Right after you complete, SharePoint Workflow will automatically assign a task for Mr. Jeff. You see this one? Now this is instruction for department manager how to do when they receive the email. So department manager will go to, after department manager receive the email, later on I will show you how it looks. Then they go to document creation request text. Under related content, they will see their new text. And it is a new document creation request number 49. And then you click here to see the request. It will pop up the request that is already filled by requester. And then team manager is already finished their section. But the section for department manager is nothing yet. So you go here and you click edit icon on the ribbon. So scroll down the screen. You see that so for example, Mr. Jeff Jacks will receive the email something like this. You see that creation request text for department head has been assigned to you. So because the reason why my name is also the text list for the text for department head, because I am not the one who will edit the form. The reason why I want to, my name is there so that I'm responsible to remind manager to finish that task on time and have to maintain the size. If the due date is going to pass the deadline, I have to remind them. So Mr. Jeff will receive the same email, something like this. So I'm going to go back to document creation request. So for the department manager, the date of approval or rejected has to be equal to today. And then if you approve it, you have to fill in the name of the person in PMO who will do this. For example, Mr. Jeff Jack again. Click. So right after you finish this one, and then you scroll down the screen and you press submit button, SharePoint workflow will assign a text for PMO, and then SharePoint workflow will email for PMO as well. If you select rejected right here, SharePoint workflow will not assign a text for PMO, and it will email back to the requester. For example, in this case, the status is approved. Then I have to submit. Right after you submit, close. It will bring you back to document creation request list. You see, you scroll down, and then you will see how the form just finished. Then you go back to document creation request text. Under the title column, assuming Mr. Jeff Jacks will go here, he will click this text, and then he has to mark complete text. What is my responsibility to do right here? So right, for example, right after I see Mr. Jeff Jacks or the manager finish that text, I don't have to do anything. I also mark my text as completed. It means that all the manager just finished the text. So I mark it as well. Right after I mark it, SharePoint workflow automatically assign a text for PMO. Do you see this? So they will assign a task for Mr. Greg, Mr. Jeff. Me is not important. I'm just a reminder. So when PMO receive a text like this, later on SharePoint workflow will email to PMO. I will show you how it looks later on when it pop up into my window. So for example, the assignment for PMO Mr. Jeff checks again, or for example Mr. Grace Michelle. So again, so for example, Mr. Grace Michelle will click the link of the request under related content. He scroll down the screen and see what's going on. If he want to edit, he has to edit and approve it. Click edit item icon on the ribbon. See that? Now SharePoint workflow email me. So assuming Mr. Jack and Mr. Greg will receive the same email, something like this. It's a document creation request for PMO. So I'm going back to the form. I scroll down the screen, go to the section for PMO. So PMO leaders, please be noticed. So the date of the approve or rejected must be equal to today. Equal to today means the date you approve or rejected. So for example, PMO leader will approve the request. And after you approve it, you have to sign. But if you reject it, if you approve or reject it, it will right away it will send the email to the requester, team manager, and department manager an email and saying that the request number is approved or rejected. Later on, I will show you how SharePoint workflow email. So for example, Mr. Jeff is on vacation, Mr. Greg can go in and then do it. And then if, for example, Mr. Greg is on vacation, then Mr. Jeff have to do the task. Right after he finishes that, he have to sign his name right here. Then submit. Right after he submit, close the form, and it will bring him back to document creation request list. Then Mr. Jeff will go to document creation request task to mark his task as completed. So for example, this one. Same thing. So somehow Mr. Jeff have to mark the task as completed for Mr. Greg as well because he's on vacation. And then right after 2 PMO later finish or mark the task as completed, I don't have to do anything, I just do it to make sure SharePoint workflow works fine and then all of the manager has just finished the task. So you see that everything is marked completed right here. So you see that I just received email. Let's see what is SharePoint workflow email. Do you see that? Remember that, let me go to document creation request list. You see that the requester is Miss Kim. She belongs to PMO. So because PMO leaders just approve the request, approve or reject. So SharePoint workflow will email to the requester, the team manager, and department manager to know about the status of request. It will pop up like this. Document creation request number 49 created on this day at this time is approved. And if you want to see your status, what's going on, so you can click here and it will pop up you the whole thing, your request. That's all. Thanks for watching.